Good evening, viewers. Welcome to TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Football. We're at DXC Arena, which is otherwise known as the Marara Cricket Ground, or the MCG. It's the home ground of the PINT Football Club. They're up against St Mary's tonight. My name's Stu Davis. I'm joined by Natasha Medbury. Sorry, Tash, stumbled over your name there.
No, you're right.
Welcome, Tash. Hopefully PINT show up a bit better than they did last week, and this will be a cracker of a game.
Yeah, I just had a quick chat to Shannon. I reckon they won't let what last week happen, but I tell you what, St Mary's is a pretty good outfit to be playing against and challenging at home, and we know they play pretty well at home. But looking forward to seeing how they go and how Stephen Motlop bounces back as well. Yeah,
that's right. So a big loss last week for PINT, but they've had a couple of impressive wins as game's underway. Dylan Lant first hands on the ball, but he gets wrapped in the tackle, and it'll be a restart again. Sam Kalpful wrapping him up in that tackle. Jake Tower doing the ruck work for Saints in the middle of the ground. Just goes past the hand of Stephen Motlop. Paredes gets a quick kick forward, only goes a couple of metres, and there's a free kick being paid for a block, and it's going to be a St Mary's free kick. Joel Garner, long left foot kick, inside forward 50, looking for Calder down there, got his hands to the ball, but spilled it. There's a snapshot on goal, looks pretty good, and it's gone straight through the middle for the first goal of the game, and I'm pretty sure that 38. Was Jack Kluski. Yeah, Jack Kluski in for his first game of the season. Obviously, he's been at St Mary's before, is a premiership player for St Mary's from a couple of years ago. Didn't play at all last year, but back in the Saints side tonight. So a good early start for Saints.
Yeah, when I seen his name, I thought, oh, he's back, and such a big inclusion as well for St Mary's. If we go to show, kicks the first goal within a minute of the game. So interesting stat on PINT, actually. Even though they had a big loss last week, they're ranked third for ground ball gets, ranked second in clearances, and ranked first in tackles.
Yeah, that's pretty good numbers when you've got a 100-point loss against your name as well. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
No, he's got to redo that.
Ruck stopped. The umpire wanted it to go on, and we've got a stalemate anyway. So, from the restart, the hit out one there by McDonald for PINT, and he also gets the clearance with a long high kick inside forward 50, and defensive work there by Churgwin. Got rid of his opponent, but was touched, and he got caught up with that. Holt Fitz at ground level, throws it on the left foot, but just misses to the left, and it's a behind to PINT. So an opportunist, Liam Holt Fitz, in the right spot as usual.
Yeah, good work to Matty Ryan as well. He heard the call for touch pretty early, and he put the tackle on, caused a turnover.
So Darcy Churgwin it is, brings the ball into the outer side of the ground. No mark out there, but through the hands it goes to Dylan Lant. He swings on the right foot, and unusual. Normally finds a way to get onto his left, but there's a free kick.
Yeah,
and it's his brother Jack Lant who goes long inside forward 50. It gets over the back. Here's an opportunity running towards the goal line, and just picked up and toe poked through down there for St Mary's. One of their new players down there, just trying to pick up who that is.
Is that Korowa? Tex Korowa?
Yeah, it might be as well.
That might be him.
Yeah.
He's been a big inclusion for them since he's come along.
Yeah.
Debuted in round 1, I think it was. And just touching on St Mary's, they're tied for first for intercept marks for the season so far, and ranked third last for hit-outs, though, which is quite surprising.
Yeah, they're a little bit undersized in the ruck, aren't they? Jake Tower does most of the work for them. Battles hard, but yeah, often up against taller opposition. And Connor McDonald in the ruck for PINT, he's been pretty impressive this year against some of the taller opponents.
He has been.
So Tower with a quick kick forward from that centre stoppage. PINT trying to work it to the outside, and eventually a hand pass comes forward. Motlop overruns that one, but he's in the action again here against Lant. Ball paddled along forwards. Vallejo comes in. He gets tackled with the ball and penalised for not getting rid of it.
And good call there by the umpy. They need to move it in here quickly, PINT, which they do.
So a long kick down, straight down the centre of the ground, and at ground level, another opportunity now. But
good tackle.
Good tackle laid. tied it up in defence by Dominic Grant, and he clears to the outer side of the ground. It's a one-on-one contest. Stephen Motlop gets it to the ground, but Saints had the initial numbers, but eventually it spilled out to Skeen McMahon. He paddled it along in front, couldn't control it. Back in the action again, and it's clogged up with players on the outer side close to the boundary out there. It's still in play though as a quick kick comes in, and Saints looking to just clear it out of there if they can, but they can't. It's a high kick in. Churgwin over the back gets his fist to it and forces it through for a rush behind.
Yeah, great defending there, didn't he? Knew how close he was to the goal line and punched it through. Reset the team.
So he brings it in again to the outer side of the ground where Parides heard the call, I think, let it go over his head, and the mark was spilt. But this one, the ball's caught up underneath, and Nate Parides clearly not happy that he wasn't rewarded with the free kick, feeling that he had Skeen McMahon trapped with the ball underneath, but umpire said it was a ball up, and now Parides again at ground level gets dragged by the jumper and got his hand pass out. Lant gets a quick kick. It goes to a dangerous area at centre half forward for Pint. There is a loose ball. The hand pass comes out, and now another long kick in. Churgwin again at the back gets his fist to it. Holt Fitz at ground level. Picks up now, tries to hand pass inboard, but there's plenty of Saints players there. But pressure on whoever's taking possession at the moment as Churgwin gets a quick kick along the ground close to the boundary line just in front of us here, and it's forced over the boundary line, and it'll be a throw in. Yeah,
the goal kicker there takes the car away, come a long way up to help his back line out. Ranked second in contested possessions as well, St Mary's.
So McDonald reaching over the top, just tapped it down in front, but at ground level, Klusky gets a hand pass back, puts his teammate under plenty of pressure. Ted Castle tries to shrug a tackle, gets a hand pass out and hacked off the ground by Grant, but Pint thump it back in again. There's a loose ball at half forward. Hand pass comes backward. Klusky's in the action again, but coughs it up, and here's a snapshot from goal from out wide. Looks good. It is good. It's straight through from Luke McConnell out here, close to the boundary line, and a fantastic finish.
We were right behind that, Stu, and he didn't have much to work with, but he timed that perfectly. I reckon he snagged a few of those during the training sessions, but well worked as well. There was a lot of pressure put on by the Pints forward group, and they managed to cause the turnover a couple of times, and this time it resulted in a goal. So Shannon Motlop would be happy with the amount of pressure that his forwards put on.
Yeah, that's right, and they seem to be happy just bombing it in long and letting their tall forwards get to work and get it to ground level. So it's a formula that's worked for them before.
And when you got Liam Holt Fitz at your feet as well, I'd probably get it to ground level.
Yeah, exactly.
9 times out of 10, because he's just so dangerous, and we've seen a couple of possessions that he got in that contest there as well, when you can see that the St Mary's, he sort of dragged 2 or 3 defenders with him when he's at ground level.
Yeah. So McDonald again with the hit out as Pint with a quick kick forward, but didn't get much action. Ling coming off half back gets a toe poke to it. At ground level, the hand pass comes out, and Souter gets a kick forward, but that's chopped off pretty easily across half back, and Pint will bring it grandstand side. It's good work by the Saints player, Grace Long, just to get in and get a hand to that and get it over the boundary line.
Yeah, and a good win earlier before this game. The ladies played, so St Mary's and Pint ladies, and a good win to the Queen Ants as well by about 21 points, I think it was. Really good game of footy. Yeah,
the top 2 clash, so they were both undefeated, I think, coming into tonight.
Yeah,
so
they were,
yeah, Saints with their first loss, but looked like 2 strong sides in the competition as Pint bring it away from defence again. The mark spilt in the centre of the ground, and that put Saints under some pressure in there, and eventually it's toe poke forward by McConnell again for Pint down towards half forward. Saints looking to use their hands, but they're under plenty of pressure. Almost a tackle after the ball was disposed of. It's seen that way, and now Dylan Lant takes the advantage through the centre of the ground, delivers short, and that's a good pass to Ted Castle.
It was, they're on here.
He goes long and high, and Calder again underneath it, got his hands to it, but couldn't hold it. And that one's punched straight over the boundary line, and fair enough.
The defenders never get called, do they? If you're a defender and you're in the back 50, you always go to the boundary all the time. Very rarely for a fist. You know, if you sort of kick towards a boundary, then they'll call it. But a fist is in a spoil. That sort of was past the spoil action, wasn't it?
All right, I'll go with you, Tash. So Garner just tried to reef that ball out of there. It had it knocked out of his hands. Stephen Motlop with a quick hand pass, but chopped off by Lant. That one's fading in towards the boundary line, and again it's knocked over as Warwick Williams down there, who's been in good early season form for PINT.
Yeah, he's been a good pickup across from Wanderers, of course, and he's been a big general down there and really sets up their run from half-back.
So from the boundary throw-in, there's a scramble of players around the ball. A quick kick comes out, but at ground level, it's Souter who gets a kick into the danger spot at the top of the goal square. It's punched away. First hands to the ball. The hand pass comes over from Brown, I think it was, but Harry Ling comes in, lays the tackle. The ball spills out. Jack Lance strong at ground level, got the hand pass out to Toa, out to Garner on the left. His kick goes in, and it's marked on the goal line. I think it's Klusky again down there. He's taken this mark just on the behind line, actually. He's wastes no time, spins around, hooks around the corner.
That's got his second.
And yeah, that's a pretty classy finish. Took no time at all, but knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, he's kicked 2 goals already. We've only gone 10.5 minutes in the first quarter, but we've seen him up here in the earlier contest as well. So he's sort of rotating between mid and the forward line. So I reckon Shannon Motlop will probably have a look at that and try and find a match up on him in both places, because he was on Warwick Williams there, and that's not an easy opponent as well. So yeah, just too easy there.
Yeah, I mentioned before that he was a premiership player, and from memory kicked 5 goals in that grand final that they won against Waratah a couple of years ago. So he's a really handy inclusion. Been playing some SANFL football and back with Saints this season.
Yeah, the delivery of PINT inside their forward 50 doesn't seem to be working for them at the moment. You mentioned about bombing long. I think they need to lower their eyes and try and spot up a target maybe.
So a couple of different ruckmen in there this time. Andrew Jones, one up for PINT, and then a quick clearance out by Chalmers down to inside forward 50. Running back with the ball was Zach Robinson for Saints. Got it out wide. Dylan Lance going to be first there. Couldn't control the ball though, and it's over for a boundary throw in.
Yeah, just a rebound from that back 50 for Saints. Just looking a little bit at ease at the moment, just hitting targets and sort of no rush kicks out of the defensive 50, whereas it seems to be a bit stagnant going in the forward 50 for PINT.
So Corowa down there doing the ruck work for Saints. He picks it up at ground level, gets a hand pass. Just his teammate was running backwards then, but Corowa was in there again fighting for the ball, and they work it forward. A quick kick off the ground. Slips through the hands. Here's a snapshot at goal, and it's just across and through for behind. Must have been close.
I don't think there's a spare footy down there, so the St Mary's players had to jump the fence and go in the bush and find it. So I think they might need to get some footies down that end there.
Yeah, I see there's a bit of netting there, but it's probably more for the cricket than the footy, and doesn't look like it'll do much of a job, does it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they used to have a net there, but it's not there anymore. But a little bit better. Let's see what they can do to just lock the ball inside their forward 50 here. PINT.
So Cherwin goes outer side of the ground again. Just thump forward, and Atlantic ground level on the right, kicks long down the outer side of the ground. Ball gets out the back, but strong defensively. PINT across half back as it slips out now, and a quick kick forward by Offermans for St Mary's. Just working his opponent under the ball was Toa. Paredes tried to kick off the ground and almost stepped over the top of it. Ben Brown in there just got beaten in the contest to the ball. He's in there again and might win himself a free kick here for a high tackle.
Yeah, I think that was against Brodie Motlop there as he gets up and he stands the mark.
So Ben Brown is a young bloke that's come through the juniors with St Mary's, and
has he got this distance? You think he's looking for a few runners running past, isn't he?
Yeah, I know he was a talented kid, but it's good to see him getting a crack at Premier League level. It swings around on the leap. That's not the best kick, but it falls short. Saints are still in the contest down there. Comes back out to Toa. He gets something of a hand pass up. Comes to Jack Lant. He swings on the left foot, goes right across the face of goal and over the head of Jackson Calder, and keeps rolling over the boundary line.
Yeah, they'll be happy with another stoppage here, another dangerous position here for the forwards for St Mary's, and just locking it in. But again, just the rebound from the defensive 50 was just too easy there for for St Mary's.
Yeah. So from that ruck contest, it's a quick clearing kick out from PINT, but Paredes was set up well behind the play and takes the mark. He plays on now, drives long to the goal line. Calder at the back. He snatched this one, I think. Yes, it's been paid. Got punched away late, but Calder just worked his opponent under the ball and took a clean mark.
The smarts of
line.
Nate Paredes there. No one on the mark. Quickly played on. Ran the extra 10, 15 metres. It wasn't a big up in the air, kick for Calder to get up, but he just stood there and just plucked it over his opponent from behind.
Right. Yeah, that's right. But the kick was to his advantage, wasn't it? And Calder, as you would expect, finishes from close range. So Saints got the first two, then Pike got one back, and Saints have got the next two again. So you'd think that Anthony Vallejo will be pretty happy with the start from Saints tonight, noting that this fixture last year was Pint's first ever home game in the Premier League, and they beat Saints. Was their first win in the Premier League, in fact. So I think plenty of the Saints people would remember that and be looking for an improved performance tonight. But they have been in good early season form.
He's so important, Jackson Calder, as well. We know he missed a couple of games. He returned last weekend and kicked his normal...
7 or something.
Kicked his normal average. And again, tonight, he straightens them up and just gives them that big target. But they don't always bomb it long to him. They also got other targets that they rotate.
Yep, so Corowa did the ruck work and then followed up himself. Gets the kick inside 50. Almost a push there, and that's the way it's been seen by the umpire as...
they're under enormous pressure now here, the defensive 6-4 PINT.
So it's Offermans who had a fair leap at the ball, but just got pushed while he was in the air. And he was looking around for a while, but it's an interesting approach to kick the ball. He swings around now. It's a long kick. It looks good. If it's got the distance, it's going right to the goal line. It has got the distance.
It's got the carry.
Yeah, they're celebrating there. That's a fantastic finish, and you can make your approach to kick the ball however you like if you kick it as well as that.
Yeah, he was going for the extra distance, and sometimes when you do that, you hook the ball a bit, but that was perfect. He knew the way his kick went, and he used it to his advantage. And 5 goals to 1, 4 scoring opportunities, and Saints have had it locked down there a few times now, but I just feel it's coming out really easily, rebounding from their back 50 here for PINT.
Yeah, that's right, and Saints' efficiency forward has been
and it's putting the PINT defence under enormous pressure, which is why they're giving away free kicks now. Interesting to see what changes Shannon might make.
So no one really got their hand to the ball. Klusky in the middle now, gets a kick off the ground forward, picked up by Jack Lance, swings onto the right boot, kicks long out wide inside forward 50, and out in front that's a strong mark taken by Ted Castle out wide, and he's saying that the player on the mark should be pushed back.
In the corridor here. Now he's just getting marked up now.
Yeah, I'm not sure Ted Castle's got this distance, but shaping to kick for goal from a long way out. I think he's just sat that one up at the top of the goal square here. The player's leap, it slips over the back, and there's a chance at ground level. Hand pass comes over the top. Calder's standing by himself, would you believe? And wanted to give off the hand pass, but there was no one there, so threw it on the boot and put it through himself.
Well, he's probably trying to share it around after his 7 last week. He's got 2 already. Joins Klusky as the multiple goal scorer already. We haven't even hit the 20-minute mark of the first quarter.
Yeah, that's right.
Looking very dangerous here for St Mary's. Every time they go in the forward 50, they look dangerous.
Yeah, and it's looking worrying for Pint, isn't it? After a big loss last week, they would have been hoping to come out firing early when they were right in the contest for the first half of the quarter, but it's just the scoreboard has slipped away from a bit in the last part of this first quarter.
Yeah, Shannon Motlop now is coaching from the interchange bench. He was sort of sitting back a bit now. He's trying to get some changes happening. Quite saw, Toa is resting up forward, so he's a big target when he goes to rest up forward, and when he's in the ruck, you've got Korawat that's resting down there that's already kicked a goal as well, so dangerous rotation, that one.
So McDonald wins a hit out. No clean possession from the stoppage. The hand pass comes out now. The smothered kick squirts out wide, and now Saints' first hands on the ball is a quick kick forward, and it's taken there by Zach Robinson. He hands it off to Garner. Garner slides a kick in towards centre half forward, but misdirected down there, and Pint the chance to rebound out of defence. That kicks close to the boundary line, and it's over before Jed Connolly could get his hands on the ball, and it's a free kick to Joel Garner.
You can see Nate Paredes waiting to come back on as well.
So Garner goes long, and ground level. Dylan Lant this time on the right, kicks towards goal, and he's just pushed that across the face. And that's the first blemish on the scoreboard for Saints. 6 goals, 1 as we just tick into time on in the first quarter.
They probably don't lack a little bit of experience in the forward line too. Thomas Motlop's not playing tonight, of course, and an easy turnover. And
yeah, that's right.
They've had a few shots on goal now, haven't they, St Mary's?
Yeah, but the kick just got over the top, and Vallejo was just waiting there and chipped it to Ted Castle in a similar position to where he kicked from not long ago. He sat it up at the top of the goal square that time. I think he's a bit closer in this time. Maybe 10 metres or so closer in.
Probably about 10 metres, I reckon. There's no breeze out there tonight whatsoever.
No.
It's very still. It's deceiving. You think it's night, it's a bit cooler, but it's not.
Ted Castle has missed everything that time, so out of bounds on the full, and reprieve for Pint.
Let's see if they can get out of the defensive half here, Pint. They haven't been in their forward line for probably about 5 minutes now, and we've just gone over time on, so 21 minutes in the first quarter.
So kicking to the congestion on the outer side of the ground, but again, Saints around the pack, just too clean with the hands, and get the long kick in. Here's a chance, top of the goal square once again. It's kicked off the ground. It's another St Mary's goal. They're celebrating down there once again, and I think you'll find that it was Jack Lant that time who got the kick at ground level and gets himself on the scoreboard.
So here comes the 5th goal kicker. You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL season from DXC Arena here in Darwin, and what a great start to St Mary's. 21, nearly 22 minutes gone in this first quarter. 7-1, 43, 139. And the multiple goal scorers so far for St Mary's is Jackson Calder with 2 and Jack Klusky with 2.
Yeah, really impressive. Last 5 goals of the game have gone St Mary's way, and Pint haven't scored in that time. So they really need to get their hands on the ball and get some control over it. That's
got to come back. Not saying about experience, it's good. I feel Stephen Motlop, he had a bit of a rest on the bench, so put him forward. I think he's too important to get on the bench. If he needs a bit of a rest, put him forward, when he's in the midfield. I think they need his leadership out there, especially with Thomas Motlop missing.
So, again, Saints win the clearance. Dylan Lance steams away and kicks long on the left. Oh, it just goes over the head of Korawa down there, and Pint the chance to tidy up, and that's a good kick. And now they bring it away to the near side of the ground. McDonald in the marking contest spilt the mark but recovered well, hand passed out in front of himself and just flicks it over the top to over end, kicks inside forward 50, and that's a good mark in between a couple of Saints players, and it's the captain, no it's not, it's Brad Ryan in fact, his brother who's up forward. And that was a terrific contested mark in between 2 Saints players. Saw the players on the ground and the opportunity to play on, and banged it through for Pint's 2nd goal. Yeah,
well done by Pint. A lot better ball movement coming from the back 50, and good work here to the ruckman as well.
Connor McDonald.
Connor McDonald. He had 2 to beat. He got the ball and hand passed it over to a running player, and just that hurried kick in I think, you know, they need to move it in there quickly, but definitely the goal that they need, if they can snag another one before quarter time, you know, they'd be a lot happy, but that was the goal that they much
absolutely
needed
right
there.
Yeah, I've really been impressed with McDonald this year. He's often up against taller opposition, but works hard all over the ground, and he's an extra on baller, isn't he?
Doesn't chop out very often either. No. He goes the whole game. So another, and then there he is straight away in the ruck.
Just reaches over, wins that hit out. Paredes at ground level reached in and took possession of the ball. He gets wrapped in the tackle. And umpire John Bement comes in and throws it up once again. Pint just trying to get it out from the clearance, but kick's just not getting enough elevation, and eventually they get caught with the ball. And it's a Saints free kick to Souter, who goes wide to the outer side. Paredes.
No one near him either.
Yeah, but his kick's chopped off this time by Warwick Williams at half back for Pint.
I still question teams that don't tag him. He's just a massive influence for St Mary's, and when he's up and about, so is St Mary's. I'd put a tagger on him.
So Pint inside 50 again. It's hand pass comes over the top. Got a runner in the middle. This is Shro, has a kick towards goal, but again offline out to the left and a behind only. So
I think he was in. Sorry, I think he was in two minds there, whether he chipped it over to Stephen Motlop or went for goal. And in the end, just the decision, I think that split second just cost him then.
Yeah, that's right.
He had a lot more time and space than he realised.
So the kick comes in, McDonald over the top, just couldn't hold on to that one as the kick comes away from Dominic Grant. That's gone straight towards the boundary line, and the umpire says that I've got to pay that one.
Oh, no, that was an accident. You could tell where he was going, but it wasn't the boundary line. That was just an unfortunate bounce there. Oh.
So Pint get it down towards half forward again.
Push
Ryan, there. Yeah, underneath the ball. The hand pass comes out here to Seth Harris on the left. He kicks close to the boundary line once again, and well intercepted by Smythe down there for Pint. He's just telling his teammates, I'm going to settle this down. And 50. There's a 50-metre penalty been paid here.
So Corriwood didn't move back when he was getting called to move back off the mark. So he obviously wasn't on the mark.
Well, the Saints aren't organised here as Smythe moves it in quickly with a long kick to the top of the goal square. But the Saint players have got back there now and working it out through the hands as Harris gets a hand pass again to
here's that man,
Junior Grant, but his kick is misdirected. But McDonald again, I
reckon this is just on his measure as well.
Yeah, so Dylan Land on the mark. He's about a step inside the forward 50.
Nearly getting on 27 minutes here, so the siren's going to go. Passes it off.
Handed it off to Williams, who ducks one way, then the other. Eventually gets around, has a kick at goal, and he's just got it over the hands on the goal line. So a couple of really important late goals here for Pint, and Warwick Williams was the go-to person who ran round the back, received the hand pass, and looked like he was going to get caught for a while, but just managed to break free.
I tell you what, and it's hard to get around Dylan Land as well. Usually he sticks those tackles, and fortunately for Warwick Williams, that we said about if they could snag another one before quarter time, and I reckon they've just managed to sneak one in. We've had 10 goals in this quarter, so it's going to be a long quarter, but we're going on 27 and a half minutes. That was he's known for that. Loves creeping up, and he loves kicking a goal, Warwick Williams.
Yes, so something that Saints have got to be aware of, you would think.
Needed that lift as well, Pine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the umpire's just letting him know he's not going to bounce it anymore. He's going to chuck it up. Yeah.
So Toa this time wins the hit out forward, but Pint tied up. Good tackle laid. Almost a sling there, but the hand pass comes over the top, just patting it round a bit, Saints on the outer side. Pint putting plenty of pressure on, but eventually they've got the chance to go forward here as the hand pass comes over the top. Solid
big
contest down there. And then Offerman's just lost control of the ball over the boundary line.
Yeah, they've lifted here, Pint.
Yeah,
Did you see the attack on the footy and the player?
So from the throw-in, Corriwood just got pushed out of the way, but he's still in the contest now. Got his hands on it, but spills over the boundary line again.
So 28, it's over 28 and a half minutes gone in the first. So the last 2 goals to Pint get them back into this game. 21 points the difference now.
Donald in front. Corowa tries to reach over the top. Kluski at ground level couldn't control it. Spills out to Corowa now. He gets a hand pass out under pressure. In fact, umpire said he didn't get a legal hand pass out, and so McDonald will take the free kick. Drives short into the corridor where Partington takes the mark, and he goes short again to Ma. On the left foot out wide. They are on. They've got players running, and Schroed, I think this time, as kicks as the siren goes to end the first quarter, which was a pretty impressive first quarter, high scoring, and Saints were just efficient going forward, weren't they, Tash?
Yeah, they were. It just took Pint a little while to just settle in and get their forward structure and the kick-ins to the forward. I think they need to kick it in there quickly, leave their opponents one out, and hope for a one-on-one contest. And you know, if it does fall to the ground, they've got Liam Holt-Fitz in there. Of course, it's down just at ground level, but up at St Mary's, I mean, you've got a lot of big targets down there. When you've got the ruckman chopping out, but they're going resting forward instead of coming off, which you often see with ruckman. It's a good quality forward line down there as well, but they definitely needed those last 2 goals.
They certainly did, and Saints were pretty well organised in defence before that, but they just opened them up a bit and gave themselves a chance, kept themselves in the game. So that's quarter time here. It's a 21-point margin to Saints. We'll be back with the second quarter shortly.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Welcome back to DXC Arena for round 5 coverage of the TIO NTFL Men's Premier League. It's a PINT home game up against St Mary's, and St Mary's out of the blocks really quickly and were dominating early, but PINT got a couple back and got themselves back into the contest as we start the second quarter here. It's Toa and McDonald doing battle again. McDonald almost kicks it out of the hands of a teammate, and but PINT win the clearance, get it forward. Mark's spilt down there and just comes out here to Partington, who kicks long towards the goal square. Thumped away in front, and a sweeping hand pass to no one at all out there. It goes right out to the boundary line and over. And PINT players calling for a deliberate free kick down there, but it's umpires having none of that, and it'll be a throw in once again.
So good position here for PINT. So if they can get the first goal of this quarter, this puts them right back in the game.
So from that throw in, a backhanded fist, but Saints at ground level get their hands to it and get the clearance to the outer side of the ground. It's marked out there by Seth Harris. He goes wider again and finds Ted Castle out wide. He swings the hand pass inboard to Garner, gives it back out in front of Ted Castle. He gathers now ducks back inside, kicks long in towards the corridor. Jack Lant trying to leap from behind. It's an unrealistic attempt according to umpire Beaumont. And
he probably doesn't think so. He's a freakish player, yeah. Jack Lant.
So Ma chipped it out wide, and PINT just looking to take it around the outer side of the ground. Oh, good mark out in front.
So just looking, there's not much on it. They're all one-on-one contest now. I think Ryan leads for him.
Yep. And Max.
Yeah, in the back there. I thought there was a little nudge. Just a good lead. He held off, and then Timby's run really well.
So Brad Ryan it was, kicks long inside forward 50 at ground level. Stephen Motlop picks up, ducks one way, then the other, sees something he likes in the middle of the ground, and that's a good pass. And he finds Elliot Chalmers in the corridor at centre half forward.
Looks pretty confident as well. When I was going to say they put Stephen Motlop into the forward line late in that last quarter, generated a couple of goals, not from him, but I think it just puts the defence under a little bit more pressure. You know, it's Stephen Motlop with his experience. There goes Warwick Williams, I've learned this time. But he started in the forward line as well, and already it's had an impact.
Chalmers drag that one left. It looks like it's going to fall short and off hands through for behind. So first score of the quarter to PINT. It's a minor score, and it's Saints going to the outer side of the ground. Dylan Lant all over the ground as we're used to seeing. He kicks the ball around the outer side and finds Klusky just backward of the centre wing out there. He looks to play on now, gets caught with the ball, but manages to get a hand pass out. But he's put Saints under some pressure back there. The kick comes back in towards the middle of the ground. Paredes lets it bounce, gets it on the bounce. Hand passes out backwards, but Klusky just running over it there, and Dylan Holt tidies up for him. Gets it out wide to Garner. Garner with that long left foot looking for Calder. He gets squeezed out of it by a couple of PINT defenders. And at ground level, they managed to work it through the hands and will clear it away again. It's a bit of a scrubber kick out of defence. Motlop couldn't control it, and Dylan Lance swooped on it. Kicks long, inside forward 50 again. PINT with the numbers, but Saints with first hands on the ball. It spills out. Paredes just gives it off here to Ted Castle running past. He has a bounce, swings around on the right foot towards goal. Goal umpire just making a bit too much ground and just floated across the face.
There was no real pressure on Ted Castle there. He had all the time in the world, and you know, inside the forward 50, you'd probably expect a little bit more pressure.
So they go short to Ma. Ma looking to go short again. He does, and he finds Connolly. He gives it back to Ma. Ma drives along. Klusky with a big leap there, got his hands to the ball. Toa doing the body work. They just tapped it out of the path of his teammate down there. As there's a free kick here.
I thought he got the handball away there, but umpire that was a bit blindsided there said it was holding the footy.
So Klusky, oh, he kicks into the player on the mark. And yeah, the coach will be pretty happy with that. Luke McConnell just...
Good effort. You don't see some others on the mark anymore,
No,
especially with
that's
the stand rule.
Yeah, exactly.
You can jump, and a lot of players are confused about that. That you can, as long as you stand, then you just jump upwards. That's actually allowed, and he did that. Did that well.
McDonald in front, just hooked out from behind below at ground level. Now Paredes, cleverly won the ball in. How did he get that out? Oh, it's almost a throw out of there, but Klusky gets a chip kick forward. It's into space, but it's
professional
Pint
fumble over the line there.
Yeah, Mitch Palmer just disguised it enough to get it over the line. He was under plenty of pressure down there and got a restart at half back for Pint.
Jackson Calder is pretty dangerous in the ruck as well. Likes plucking him out of here and kicking him.
So it's kicked off the ground into some space at centre half forward. Picked up now by Jack Lant. He swings on the left boot. It's going close to the line. It's off target.
Done.
Off hands. Calder took it nicely, but he got wrapped in the tackle as he tried to break through. And a good tackle. And the kick comes across to Warwick Williams.
Yeah, it had to stick that tackle, otherwise he was getting his third goal of the game, that's for sure. Jackson that close to goal.
So Williams switches back to the outer side of the ground where he's got teammates that have made some ground, but it gets over the top, and Harris hand passes, just falls a bit short, and now gives Pint the opportunity through Partington, got the hand pass back, and Smythe gets the kick close to the boundary line on the outer side.
Good body work.
Good work there by McConnell, got rid of his opponent, and then got caught with the ball, and it's Saints through Grace Long, who goes short, and now players free in the centre of the ground. Cora was one of those. He takes the mark and goes long towards half forward. Klusky gets on the end of it on the second grab. He takes it on the chest.
How he took that on the chest in amongst three defenders is a coach killer.
I know. But he is working all over the ground and dangerous when he goes forward.
He's racked up the Ks and he's already kicked 2 goals earlier on in that first quarter, so he's going for his third and going for the first one of this quarter after nearly 7 minutes.
So Klusky just runs around now, kicks it long. That's a fantastic finish once again, and knew exactly what he was doing there. Had the space inside, ran around the player on the mark, and a beautiful kick once again. Yeah,
the goal umpire did not move an inch. Perfect kick there. He's kicked his third of the game. The first of this quarter, second quarter, we've nearly gone 7.5 minutes. So what are we? 27 points of difference now. So they need to snag another one here, just to stay in that arm wrestle of the game. Again, they just seem to be, they started the quarter well, they moved it into their forward 50 quite quickly, but then just letting it come out again, and they just seem to be struggling to get it back down past halfway. Yeah, the
Saints defenders have been able to get their hands on the ball first at ground level for most of the night. So
and some freakish ability by Nate Paredes, of course. You know, he is a definition of an inside midfielder.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Grunt and just ground level. He wins it 9 times out of 10.
Yep. Korowa tapped it to himself in the end and kicks forward on the left, but chopped off by Mara at half back. He swings the hand pass to running Gaydon. Gaydon goes long to the outer side of the ground, and Stephen Motlop worked his way to the front, took a nice mark out in front. He wastes no time now, kicking long inside forward 50. The Saints defenders are in front, and will be rewarded with the free kick.
That's why they got the free kick. So runner needs to go out and tell him to get in front. Liam Holt-Fitz was hovering around at ground level there, and all they needed to do was get that to ground.
So Korowa's kick comes out close to the boundary line. Souter trying to run onto that, just couldn't control it and got pushed over in the end. So a boundary throw in once again.
Yeah, if that would have hit the target, they were on again. Yeah. And they keep coming to this far side. We haven't seen Pint really come to this side of the ground much tonight.
So the ruck contest from the throw-in. Chalmers at ground level just gets a kick high towards half forwards, punched away from behind. Brown is first there, got the hand pass away well under pressure, and well, that hand pass has just missed the target from Dom Grant, but Zach Robinson was able to tidy up, got it out in front of Ted Castle, takes it on the bounce now and cleverly gets around the player in front of him. Hand passes over the top now, looking to get it back. He does on the 1-2. He check sides it, looking for the players in the goal square. Over the top, Klusky's there again. He got a kick that's gone straight across the face of goal, but the Pint players are there to tidy up, and the hand pass comes out now from Gaydon, and Pint work it away around the outer side of the ground. So they did pretty well under pressure down there in defence.
And Dominic Grant hasn't got back up since that shepherd that he put on in the middle of the ground, and a bit of concern for him. Stephen
Motlop out on the outer wing, kicks high and long inside forward 50, but again it's Saints in defence, and Sam Glover just read that one nicely and took the intercept mark. He's got players free forward here, and the mark's spilt, and that's given Pint the chance now. A solid bump once again out there, and he got up though, but it's all fair as the ball spills to Stephen Motlop. He gets wrapped up by 2 Saints players.
He was one that put on the big hit as well, when sort of took a while to get to that contest, but then realised that, you know, the ball was dropped. I think he thought that the St Mary's player was going to mark that and get away with it. So just need to get more numbers around the ball here, Pint.
Well, they've won that clearance as it's punched away from behind, but again, it's over the boundary line.
And they need a goal here, Pint. And their forwards need to be in front. We haven't really called much of Matt Ryan at all tonight, the captain.
No, his brother's been more prominent forward, and he's been playing in defence in recent weeks, so just swung him around a bit as Corowa comes in, just hips his opponent away from the fall of the ball, but couldn't control it.
They'll be happy with this Pint. Get a stoppage so it's not free flowing footy for St Mary's, which they love.
So Corowa high over the top, but at ground level it's Pint through Jones with a quick kick forward. Now Saints hack it away, but it's a bit scrappy on the outer side of the ground as it's picked up eventually by Dylan Lant. He's looking to hand pass out wide, and Saints go inside forward 50. Calder with his hands to the ball, has a couple of grabs at it, almost a chop over the shoulder, none of that paid. And
yeah, I thought that too, Stu.
But it's just a stalemate. So a ball up once again inside Saints forward 50 this time.
Yeah, I thought he was unlucky with that. I reckon he would have got the third grab if he's wasn't taken out there. So they can't let St Mary's score here, Pint.
Dylan Lant doing the ruck work, and it's Pint who a quick kick out from Ethan Smith, and he finds his teammate on the outer side, and they're sticking close to the boundary line again out there as at ground level the ball spills out and cleared away by Saints again inside forward 50 odd. Just reading it nicely down there, and quickly move the ball looking for Dylan Lant, who's gone deep forward. He takes it quickly, gets a hand pass over the top, but just gets away from Ted Castle, who recovers well to lay the tackle. Vallejo hand passes inboard, and a chip kick comes in, and that's pretty good use of the ball, and it's Jack Lant on the end of it.
Yeah, just protected the ball, dropped the ball, went about half a metre above the ground to get there, but it was a nice spearing kick, and fortunately Jack Lant was there. He's already kicked a goal in the first quarter, so he's going for his second. St Mary's going for their 9th. They've gone 13 and a half minutes.
It's a bit different to the first quarter, isn't it? It was goals galore in the first quarter and just the one so far, but Jack Lant is a goal kicker as he comes in now, and he likes it. Tells his opponent all about it as well, and but it's all clear's given. It's a goal for St Mary's as there's just a bit of push and shove.
Yeah, he's a character. He likes to get under the skin of his opponents, Jack Lant. So a bit of pushing and shoving down there, but that's his second goal. More importantly, St Mary's have their 9th. So they really need to peg one back here. They have stopped the flow, as you said. You know, the 7 goals to 3 in the first quarter. It's only their second, but they still need to peg away at that lead that St Mary's are establishing. So it looks like Matt Ryan's actually on the wing here. So probably trying to get him in the ball. I'll probably get him a chop out in the ruck just for a couple of minutes even. I know Donald's doing well in there. You know, maybe rest him forward for a couple of minutes and just get Matty Ryan into the game.
Yeah, that's right. They certainly need him. He's been really important for him in the first few games of the season, especially those games that they won where he was a dominant forward. But Saints have obviously done their homework on him and forced the move. But yeah, obviously hoping that he can get out wide in some space and get his hands on the ball a bit. But after a delay getting the ball back, we're ready to go again. And from the centre bounce tower.
Yeah, I think you spoke about it's really hard.
Yeah.
The ground out there. So I think the umpires just need to, sort of say, hey, we're going to toss it up tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just, that's probably the fourth one so far, and we haven't hit the half time.
Yeah, it's hard, and it'll be getting dewy now as well. So you work it through the hands, and a chance now with a shot towards goal. It's going right to the goal line. It was Colful who kicked it in long, but off hands it's gone into the behind post down there, and so it'll be a boundary throw in right next to the behind post in Pint's attacking area.
So Shannon Motlop has made a couple of more moves. So Liam Holt-Fitz has gone on the ball, which is a good move. He was the one that got that clearance out, the handball. So good opportunity here for Pint to snag back a goal, much needed goal.
That throw in looks like it's going to fall a bit short, but the rucks.
No, they're going to ask to throw it in again. So probably just come in a little bit, young fella out there.
Yeah, might have just slipped in his hands a bit.
So just watching where Liam Holt-Fitz and possibly Stephen Motlop is. Liam Holt-Fitz.
Yeah, he's back in there. Behind the play, basically. So this time, from the restart, it's picked up by Shro, who has a snap towards goal, but just bangs into that right-hand goal post for a minor score. And Saints going short to Paredes. He wastes no time. Kick comes down here.
They all missed that.
Corowa, yes. But a hack off the ground gets it down to half forward for Saints. Working back first for Pint was Pendle, who got worried out of it. Ted Castle tried to drill it past. Calder has seen a player free in space about 20 metres out. It's Jack Lant, and just good vision, wasn't it? Quickly saw him. It looked like he would have been entitled to have a snapshot at goal, but saw Lant in space and just poked it out to him. Yeah,
we were right behind him there, and you wouldn't blame him if he did, but he's an unselfish player. Jackson Calder loves getting his teammates into the game, and Jack Lant is going for his third goal to join Klusky. And he's missed it.
Yeah,
and that's hit a tree, so it stayed close to the ground, so we don't have a hold-up. No, they've put a spare ball down there now, so...
Yeah, he almost would have marked that one down for Jack Lant, but he gave it plenty, didn't he? He didn't just try to chip it through the goal, he thumped it.
Let's see how they can work this ball out of defence. So all one-on-one contests in front of us here.
Ball at ground level, knocked forward by Robinson for Saints, but good pick up by McDonald. He got tackled, and Robinson again's in the play. He spirals the ball forward, down towards full forward. Dylan Lant pushed his opponent out of the way, and umpire said that was illegal. And so it's a free kick to Pint deep in defence as Smythe...
Didn't disguise that one too well. I got one of those last week, and the umpire let it go. I got absolutely shoved in the back. I went forward about a metre, and it was like, play on.
But Saints have rebounded again. Calder with the hand pass over the top. Dylan Lant throws it across his boot, and that's a fantastic finish from deep in that left forward pocket. A check side kick on the left foot. And when Jack Lant misses, Dylan Lant hits. So Dylan Lant on the scoreboard. That's for the first time tonight, I think. But,
the captain's goal, when we know how important he is. I think it was round 1 or round 2, he won the game on his own boot. Just dragged St Mary's over the line, and he's so important for them. And another example of your midfielder that goes and rests forward and then can snag a goal. I just can't preach that enough. And even at our women's side of when you're so important as a midfielder, go rest down forward, because if it's down there, you still take a good defender and you can snag us a goal.
Yeah, that's right. And Dylan Lant is a goal kicker, and I think the game you're talking about was the one against Tars where he kicked about 5 goals himself. So.
They looked out of it. They looked out of it, and it was all to him. I know a team effort, but he just lifted and pretty much dragged his team over the line. The players have given up with the bounce, I think. They didn't even move. Oh, dear.
So umpire Ash Gardner this time throws it up, and McDonald wins the hit out again, but Saints have read that well. The hand pass comes over the top. Paredes runs onto it. He chips the ball forward out in front. The just fell out of the hands down there, and it's worked away by Pint. Holtfitz goes straight down the middle of the ground. A bit of a wrestle on as the contest for the ball. But Strode got the hand pass, and now it comes back to Kaufball, who kicks long towards full forward. Stephen Motlop got his opponent out of the way of the ball. That's gone off the complete wrong side of the boot as he tried to hook it back towards goal, and has just floated out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, come off the belly of the ball there.
Yeah.
I don't think he tried with his left foot then. I think he actually tried with his right.
On his right, yeah, that's right.
On the wrong side there.
Yep. So Saints chipping around at the back now as they get it out wide.
Vital opportunity for Pint. They really needed to get one back. They've only kicked 3 goals, Saints. Kicked 7 in the first quarter, so they've kept them to 3. But if they can get one again late, as they got their other 2 late in the first quarter, will just help them keep them in this game.
Yeah, just unusual skill error there from Saints. They were chipping it around pretty comfortably and then just missed, and it's bounced over the boundary line. So Toa and McDonald once again. McDonald in front, Toa with his hand over the shoulder. Play on is the call there as Paredes wins another clearance. Gets it out into space at half forward. It's bouncing out here. It's going to be a foot race to get there. Oh, the bounce doesn't favour Pint. It does favour Jackson Calder, who swings around on the right book. He's signalling to the crowd as the ball's halfway there. He knew exactly the shape that it was going to take, and he's hooked that one back for another goal and another really impressive finish. And looks like they've pushed him out to centre half forward momentarily, but yeah, terrific finish again.
Yeah, he's kicked his 3rd, so he joins Jack Kluski with 3 goals. He's kicked 2 in the first and 1 in the second, the same as Jack Kluski.
Yeah.
So they've snagged their 4th goal of the quarter. Pint yet to score a goal in this quarter. Only scored 2 behinds, and that was earlier on in the start of this quarter.
Yeah, that's right. And you just think of the contrast there. We've talked about Pint bombing the ball in long that time. Saints just kicked it into space, rolled the dice, and it came up their way.
Not sure what they're waiting for here.
Oh, we've got a water runner inside the defensive 50.
That's Desley Motlop. Been running water for over 10 years now. Her, Terry Cabillo, and Rachel Rougeau. They're known as the Water Angels. So they crossed over with Shannon from Wanderers.
Yep.
And they, I think this is like their 12th year doing it together,
well,
3 of them.
Those people are crucial to the game, aren't they? You've got to keep the players hydrated, especially in our conditions. It's a free kick to Lant, just floats over the top of Calder there at ground level. Here's a chance for Saints again. That's a short kick. Oh, just went the distance, maybe.
Wouldn't buy real estate off that, that umpy.
It was Offermans to Kluski. Kluski, that's not the best option. He's drilled that straight into the hands of Kaufball for Pint, and they've cleared to the outer side of the ground. Brody Motlop out there. Hand passes off to Williams. This time Williams' kick is high and wide and out on the full.
You can see that last delivery inside the 50 to St Mary's. So now the Pint defenders are going 2-on-1 to Jackson Calder. You know, the worry now of him kicking a bag of goals tonight, which then leaves someone free, which we've seen at ground level. So yeah, it's just starting to get away from Pint here, under a bit of a barrage.
Paredes to Lant, it's long, it slips over the back. Kluski waits for his opponent to take possession of the ball and then wraps him up in the tackle straight away. Pretty clever there. I just didn't allow Pint to clear it away out of defence. So almost 24 minutes in, wouldn't be too much longer left in this quarter, I would think, although has taken a bit of time to get the ball back from behind the goals. But Ted Castle at ground level just can't control it. Calder does now, gets the hand pass out. But Pint defenders under plenty of pressure. They work it through the hands pretty nicely, and eventually Marr goes long around the wing. Stephen Motlop works his opponent Ling out of the way, but spilt the mark. And now it's paddled forward. Holtfitz shows a bit of candy, but then got caught with the ball. Seth Harris with the hand pass across to Dylan Lant. Lant floats the ball forward down towards half forward. It bounces at right angles backwards, and this gives Toa the chance to run onto it. He tries to hand pass over the top. Probably wasn't the best option, but clever down there from Ma. Got it over the top, and now the kick around the boundary line from McDonald. Oh, clever. Oh.
So there's the siren.
There's the siren. He wasn't allowing Chalmers to play on inside there, but anyway, that's the end of the quarter, and one dominated by St Mary's on the scoreboard and pretty much on the ground as well, apart from the early minutes. But plenty of worry for Pint at half-time. Tash, goalless in that quarter, and 3-11 at half-time.
Yeah, we've seen that Shannon Motlop made a few changes during that second quarter, and late in the first it didn't really have an impact, and ended up putting Stephen Motlop, his brother, into the forward line, then put him back onto the ball a little bit, but kept him at that half forward, and the ball just wasn't getting down there for someone of his quality. Probably needed to come back, play him at half back maybe, and just with that leadership, I feel, and Matty Ryan, their captain, just can't get in the game at the moment. But not taking anything away from St Mary's, they're well structured. They're playing really good footy, and they've got ball winners across the park. They've kicked they've got 6 goal kickers so far, and 2 of those have bagged 3. One's a midfielder that's rotating in the forward line, and Jack Klusky kicked 2 in the first quarter, 1 in the second, and then Jackson Calder, of course, after kicking 7 last week, kicked 3. So just really need to shut down those players and try and get themselves back in the game, but it's a huge task.
Oh, that's right, and the usual suspects, Paredes and Dylan Lant, getting plenty of the football all around the ground, and they really need to put the clamps on them, don't they? So at half-time, it's St Mary's by 45 points after an impressive opening half. We'll be back with the second half after the break.
You are one of over 148,000 people living in an area at risk of being affected by a cyclone this wet season. In your cyclone kit, you'll need a battery-operated radio, a torch with spare batteries, enough food, and at least 10 litres of water per person to sustain you and your family for 72 hours or more. All important documentation, such as passports, treasured photos, and insurance policies, should be kept in a safe and waterproof place. Be prepared this wet season.
Buffaloes first.
He doesn't like the set shots as much as the play on. There he goes to Mitch Robertson. So Magpies absolutely not awake to that. And Mitch Robertson goes bang. And there's the first goal for the Darwin Buffaloes.
So this is his third shot, Tash. He wouldn't want to make it 3 misses in a row.
He needs to go to the nearest goalpost this time. He's kicking with the breeze slightly behind him, and that time he's got it right. He kicks his first goal, and they've got their second. There's Cook.
There's Marinka again, but he missed that one.
Yeah, no talk there. That's actually Ed Darcy, number 26.
Junior. Edward
Darcy, yep. Edmonds, empty goal square, and it goes through, and he's kicked his second. He is a goal-kicking midfielder. So good work, Lucas Edmonds. With a good tackle. McConnell gives it back to a teammate coming through. It's Brongher, and he's kicked the goal, so they've got their fourth. Good work, the Palmerston Magpies. The number 12, Alberto Brongher. So he's just talking to his cousin.
We're getting blocked by the match manager here, but now we can see.
The coach, and over the back here, and the Maggies should get another goal. Play on. The umpire says that's okay, and Bailey Young gets the reply and appealing for a free kick. The umpire says play on. You can hear the crowd getting involved now. Right in front of that big grandstand, Ahmad Watkins, and he drills it. So he's kicked the Buffalo's 5th goal, but puts him in front by that goal. There's a hand to it at the back. Coming through there is Driscoll. Driscoll needs to get rid of the footy. Comes out the back. Otso kicks it, and he's kicked the goal for the Darwin Buffaloes. So John Otso
kicks
his first. But getting back in there is Coleman. Coleman, spearing ball, bounces just in front of Coco Nicky. Callum Groves tried to bring him to ground, and Stafford has his second. So Daniel Stafford has his second within a minute.
Terrific play.
Hand passes to Matheson. Matheson running through the corridor, looks up, puts it up to Daniel Stafford. Does it bounce kindly for him? It doesn't. He wheels around. He's a big fella, but good at ground level. Shovels it back to a teammate in Collinson. Collinson to Jared Stokes. Jared Stokes usually good from here, and he kicks it. Stokesy has his second. So Jared Stokes, the captain, with the back. Here's Marika. Needs to take on his opponent. He does now. Got a bit of speed there again. The ball does not come back to him. It stays in the field of play. Young's got it. Young. Handballs to Churchy. Churchy handballs to a player all by himself in the goal square. Patolo will kick his second. That's 2 in a row to the Magpies. Well done to the Palmerston Magpies.
Unbelievable. He's just
puts it out to space, one-on-one, and a good mark. No, it comes to ground. A quick kick out off the ground, and he's kicked it. I reckon that's Matt Watkins. That's kicked his fourth tonight. He can give their hands to Edmonds. Edmonds can run to about 40 metres out. No one is coming at him. Bradley Stokes does now, and he kicks his third. So Edmonds definitely in the top 3 votes.
In fact, he's kicked his fourth. That's his fourth goal.
Fourth. Yeah, it is his fourth, sorry. Cassidy drops it at the last minute. Otso picks it up. Teammate Joey Collinson, Jared Stokes, and Ahmad Watkins goes back and kicks his 5th.
Well, he's come from the cloud, didn't he, Ahmad Watkins? Unlike performance by the Buffaloes without being outstanding. There it is. It's all over here at Kazali's Arena, where the Darwin Buffaloes have retained their unbeaten record. 15-13-103 to the Magpies. The Palmerston Magpies 11-5-71.
That short pass was chopped off by Cameron Wild, and he sees something he likes in the pocket. The kick's good, close to the boundary line, but the kick was good, and Sing Lippo.
Last week, Tana Blackney Noda was really good back for the Tiwi Bombers. Shot on goal. Oh, that's a beautiful kick. Oh, wow.
Tristan Sing Lippo and his teammates get around. That's a fantastic set shot for goal. Won the ball for himself, and Nycliffe looking to chip it around the grandstand side, but chopped off there by Port Jimmy. Hand passed over the top. Here's a snapshot on goal, and it's a Tiwi goal. Early in the first quarter, a quick response was Kim Cantilla. It's Wines who delivers the ball to Darms. Hand passes across, and a long shot at goal. Looks pretty good. I think it's Politis. And straight through the middle for Nycliffe's third goal. So
got the Rising Star, the NT News Rising Star for last week, which he well deserved.
And Tiwi have worked this one well and got it to Paddy Heenan, who lurking at half forward, got on the end of it, but half smothered, but Butcher's still able to get it back to Emery. Goes long towards the 50. They've opened up the forward line here as Kennedy now gets on the end of it, runs in towards goal. It looks like it's swinging back. It does swing back.
Very late.
Yeah, he timed it perfectly and just snuck it inside that left-hand goal post. And ball spills out to Philo now, just keeps it in play on the left foot. Babui in front, tries to tap it forward, it slips over the back. And now a long kick towards goal on the left foot by Rioli. That's a fantastic finish.
Back just off screen number of Tiwi players.
Buxton flicks it over the top, comes by hands.
Oh, that man.
Once
he's on fire.
And this time on the right foot. That's a good pass to Stanley Tipalura. Wheels around on the right foot, goes long towards the goal. Brown's working back there, so is Brendan Cantilla. A terrific mark, running with the flight of the ball under pressure.
Quickly got over the back. Oh. It's just not that. You and I both held our breath there.
Doing the tackling this time, and now drills the pass in, looking for Cameron Eilert. Gets forced to ground, and Moody at ground level has a shot for goal. He likes it. Snuck it inside that right-hand goal post. Open forward line, but it's it spills out the back now. Stanley Tipalura again. He's got Heenan running, ignores him, goes for goal himself. I think he's
nailed it.
He's made amends this time. But he did have Paddy Heenan running one past once again. But he's in trouble. Gets a hand pass off to Politis. Politis high to the top of the goal square. Well, Rioli spilt the mark, and
there's his second.
At ground level, Philo just lapped that one up. Yeah, so it off and running out of defence. Zach Moody drills the ball forward. John Tipalura got his hands to it, but spilt the mark. It spills to Michael Mummery. He lays it across the outside of his boot, and easy as you like, kicks another goal. But no one able to control it now. They do. The kick comes in from Big Tipalura, and the mark's taken in the goal square. Playing on and kicking the goal, I think it is. It's Lucas Conlon for Tiwi. So in the end, it's Nightcliff who've bounced back after that third quarter that Tiwi won, and Nightcliff kicked the first 6 goals of the quarter. Tiwi got one at the end, but a pretty impressive and probably dominant performance from Nightcliff in the end, Tash.
And we've seen it already, about 4 handballs. There goes another one. Here goes another one out wide. Brandon Rusker. He will kick now. Short little chip kick forward. And Rusker picks up Jake McQueen. McQueen was terrific and just nails one forward.
Up for Ross to take this shot.
Jonathan Ross, 45-degree angle, the right footer kicks, and he does it nicely. Doesn't he do that nicely? Jonathan Ross, and we've just been going less than a minute, and Ross has nailed one. Boundary umpire does toss the ball in. Big Matty Dennis in front, pretty much had everything. Bo Schwartz in the way. Thomas Motlop had a bit of the football. Thomas Motlop, was it touched? It was touched over the line. He thinks Thomas Motlop's nailed it. I shouldn't say that because he's just so dominant in the ruck. Matthew Dennis gets the ball out. Waistcoat gets it. Cleverly over his shoulder, kick on goal, and nailed it. Just see if you can pick that player up, Nick. Up they go. Jager Cockatoo, the chop out. McDonald beats him because of his height. And the pick up and the kick. And another one. That one we got came from pretty much nowhere. Everywhere you look, there's Southern Districts players. The handball back, runs inside forward 50, just inside forward 50. Waistcoat in front. Did he get a first touch to it? No, over his head, and Waistcoat's got his first goal. Well done to him. The defence of Southern Districts working overtime, and a kick on goal, and I reckon he's nailed it. So it's a goal apiece, and that was might have been Stephen Motlop. Work overtime to Ethan Smith, and Jake McQueen laid off the quick handball, kicked in toward goal,
and kicked it
and nailed it. The ball down. Anderson lays it off by hand. Bounce running through the middle. The man with the blue boots. Jake McQueen can't kick a goal, but can he find a forward over the back? Running inside and kicking, grubbing it and rolling it through. Well done, Jonathan Ross. That's number 3 for him. But intercepting was the PINT player Benjamin Smythe. Haven't called him much, but running on Nakia Cockatoo has kicked a goal. So everyone's getting into the act. I think that might be his second goal to Rigney. Rigney to Cockatoo. Waistcoat rolls it through. That's his number 4.
3 goals in the final quarter.
Goodness me. Goal to finish this game off. Bennett goes inside forward 50. Man in front. Can't take the mark. Hung on to Matthew Mazzini. Southern District's defence. Kicked off the ground and a goal. Handball once again. Inside by hand. Big Dennis runs to 50. Spots Waistcoat, and Waistcoat now has the chance to get a handful. Waistcoat has 4 to kick on goal. Man on the mark. 40 metres from goal. Kicks and kicks truly. He does kick truly. He has 5, but 4 of those came in the last quarter. So that's it. The final score. Well done.
Yeah, 19-17, 131 to 5-14-34. 109-point win to Southern Districts.
Looking for a fun day out with your family or friends? Putt on over to Palmerston Mini Golf. With our beautifully landscaped course suitable for all ages, you'll have a blast playing mini golf here at Palmerston. We offer the perfect setting for kids' birthday parties, complete with special packages to make their day unforgettable. And if you're looking to have some fun with your mates, we have you covered too. Play during the day or under lights. We're open until 10 p.m.
And we'll see you around Palmerston Mini Golf.
Find us at the Palmerston Golf and Country Club.
Forward 50 for St Mary's. Running around is the former captain. Kicked on goal by the current captain, and I reckon he's nailed, is it?
Yep. Dylan Lant.
To score, far too far out to score, but kicks it inside forward 50, looking for the big fella, and he takes it comfortably without any problem at all. He casually leans around, gets it, sells the dummy, and St Mary's go for number 3.
Yeah, and an easy goal there to Will Brennan all alone. But the umpire says play on. White now wrapping up Dylan Lant, but manages to get the handball away. Wanderers pick it up. A quick snap there by Jackson East, high up and under to the Michael Long centre end, and it's a goal.
That game last week, I didn't give him best on the ground, but I gave him 2 votes last week. I think Jack Lant I gave 3 votes to last week.
Jack Lant has
kicks
kicked
it long.
A goal.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it, said Jack Lant, from about 55 metres. Thank you very much.
Welcome back to DXC Arena in Darwin. It's the round 5 clash between PINT and St Mary's of the TIO NTFL Men's Premier League season. My name's Stu Davis, and with me is Natasha Medbury. And Saints really out of the blocks in the first half, and they've been pretty impressive, haven't they, Tash?
Yeah, they have, and I'm just seeing 3 players walk off for PINT, and there's one on the bench that just took some ice off his knee, so I'm not quite sure if they're down a rotation or he's actually icing his knee, which is very unusual at half time, of course. So if they're putting more ice on it or he's actually out for the game. I can't quite pick up who that player is because Shannon's standing in the way, but we'll keep an eye on that because if they're down to 3 rotations as half-time,
yeah, well,
that's not going to help.
Already,
yeah. That's not going to help. Just also looking across, so Stephen Motlop has stayed at full forward, so they obviously want him as the target down there. McDonald is in the forward line as well by the looks of it. So is that Matty Ryan that's gone into the ruck?
Might have just changed things up a bit, or is that... No, I think it's Jones.
Right. It is Jones, yeah.
Yeah, Andrew Jones.
So Ryan has... Matty Ryan has stayed on the wing.
Yeah,
so against young Vallejo there. Bit of a mismatch, but Vallejo's got him for speed.
So a pint free kick out of the ruck, and it's going Jones's way for Pint. He goes long inside forward 50, beautifully read down there in defence, and chopped off by Holt, who switches to the near side, and Seth Harris has made some space here at half-back. See the Saints defenders running forward. Harry Ling's run all the way down to the wing here, and now ducking back. Harris not really sure which way to go. He's put his teammate under some pressure here, but Glover managed to get it to ground and then receives the hand pass. He's got interesting headgear on at the moment, bit of strapping around his head, and he chips it forward and finds his teammate Garner, who kicks the ball into the middle of the field, picked up off the ground by Dylan Lant across to Jack Lant. He drills the ball inside forward 50. The Pint defenders come from behind, crashing in, and they work it through the hands, and now the chip pass out of defence finds Kalpful, who gives back on the hand pass, and Pint have worked the ball to half forward on the outer side of the ground, and now running inside forward 50. Oh, that's a scrubber of a kick that's chopped off by Saints, and they just work it through the hands eventually to Vallejo, who kicks around the outer wing, and once again Paredes out there gets it to Jack Lant, who's often running with a couple of bounces around that outer wing. 3 bounces now and kicks long, looking for Calder in the goal square. He got his hands to it.
Kick it off the ground. Oh, no, just got touched.
Touch through. So he's had he's kicked 3 goals, but he's had a couple of other chances where he's got his hands to it and hasn't been able to hold it. So
this is better for Pint. Quick kick out, but then going down the corridor.
So they do work it. They've got a spare out here, but Williams ignores that and goes running off and kicks longer towards half forward, where McDonald, who's gone forward, makes a bit of space, paddles it along in front of himself now. He's still under plenty of pressure from Churgwin, who eventually has the ball caught underneath him. It's squirted out now. Here's a chance for Pint. The snapshot for goal looks good. I think it is. It's straight through the middle. And that's a terrific finish by Jed Connolly. And Saints seemed like they were all over it. Eventually it squirted out, and some quick thinking got the hand pass out to Connolly and on the left.
Yeah, that was Stephen Motlop that got that quick handball out. Just seeing that it was trapped between his legs and grabbed it and gave the handball off. Actually wanted the handball back, but good kick in the end by Connolly.
Yeah.
Kicked it himself, went back and took the occasion and grabbed it with both hands. So good goal, start the quarter.
Yep.
Their first goal since the first quarter.
That's right.
So let's see if they can get another one.
Yeah, they certainly need to get some back-to-back goals, get on a bit of a run here. Yeah, they've got talent around the ground. Just,
they do, and a lot better
on the ball.
Transition. They put Warwick Williams up on the wing as well, which I think is a good move. He creates a lot of play.
Jones hooks it back, but Toa coming through from the ruck contest, got his hands on it and kicks forward. Calder, strong hands out in front.
Too strong.
And at centre half forward, he kicks long over the back, trying to get it to the advantage of Jack Lant down there, but just bounced up, and he was under pressure from Brad Ryan and saw it over the boundary line.
Yeah, it was on there as well. Just the kick couldn't get to him, but Lant had got out. So the defensive Pint need to be awake to that. A lot of movement in that forward 50 for St Mary's.
So from the throw-in, battered down in front. Hand pass comes out to Holt. Fitz. He's still on the ball. That's skewed off the side of the boot a bit, but just stays in play enough to bounce inside the boundary line and over. So another throw-in at half forward for St Mary's.
Yeah, he's the go-to player, Warwick Williams, so moving him up to that wing has just freed him up a little bit. McDonald, the move into the forward line has worked already.
Toa just hooks it over the back to Paredes. Paredes floats one forward. The mark couldn't be taken, but Paredes is in there again. Another floating kick. And this time it's out of bounds on the full.
Just looking at the trees, there's no breeze out there, but the ball keeps...
Yeah, that was an inside-out torpedo almost.
He had a bit of curve on it, that ball there by Paredes. So let's see what the last transition Pints did from the back 50. It resulted in a goal. So let's see how they go this time.
So they worked it round the outer side, but Vallejo puts enough pressure on to see the ball over the boundary line once again.
And they know that's a target. That's a mismatch there just through height. And just a miss kick there because they could have utilised that height.
Yeah, it got to him at ankle height, didn't it? And made it difficult. It was pretty easy for Vallejo to see it over. So Toa works his way to the front, but Jones does well to get his hands on it, gets the hand pass out now, but Jack Land at ground level gets caught with the ball this time. And it's a Pint free kick to Pulmer. He looks to centre the ball.
Well done, Brad Ryan. Well done.
Kept his eyes on the ball as the players were running towards him, and now he thumps the ball long to half forward or through the hands of Chirkwin this time. Gives McDonald the chance. He hand passes inboard and to Shro, whose kick misses to the left. He had an open goal square, but just dragged it left.
Yeah, he had that, or he could have put it on the chest of Stephen Motlop as well. So they need to lock this in, create a turnover. There was a golden opportunity there to kick their second goal of this quarter. St. Jet to kick one.
Dylan Holt goes shorter out wide. And Ling chips it round the outer side to Vallejo. Just unmarked players here. They're chipping the ball forward as Dylan Lant brings the ball back inboard to Toa. Hand passes over the top to Vallejo. Back to Dylan Lant. And again, just chipping the ball around. Finds Jake Toa, who goes short again. And Garner this time goes long down towards half forward. It gets out the back where Calder picks it up. Gets the left kick forward as he's tackled, and now Saints work the ball in towards centre half forward. Brodie Motlop's going to be first there, but he's tackled as soon as he took possession of the ball. Sam Glover coming in there, and some heavy body work, but it's going to be a ball up at half forward for St Mary's.
You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL season from DXC Arena here in Darwin. And a
Paredes.
silly free kick there, yeah.
Just got scragged and dumped,
look at the man
he?
at the bottom, Paredes, the number 4. Drags himself up. Now, set shots,
Yeah,
not so confident. So I reckon he'll either pass this off or the way he goes for goal is he plays on. Here we go, on the run.
So something long, it's going
there
right,
we
so
go.
the goal's going all the way, no problem whatsoever. Why did we ever doubt it, Tash?
No, it's the play on. See how he played on and run around and he gets that run up. It's not a set shot at goal. He's got to be on the run and he's more confident, and that just proved it there, Nick Paredes. But such a quality player.
Yeah, you could see when he stood up, he was looking for someone to hand pass off to, but there was no one coming around, and took it on himself as he often does, and another great finish, and Saints reply to that opening goal from Pint in this quarter pretty quickly.
Yeah, so a goal apiece. We've gone 8.5 in the third, but still a long way back here for Pint. Can't really see, who's going to jump up and kick a bag here. Liam Holt-Fitz hasn't really got himself into the game. He's had little patches here and there, but they need more from him. Their dangerous speedsters are in their forward 50. Stephen Motlop, I don't know if he's injured, and that's why he's just staying down forward, but I think they need him around the footy.
Yeah. Free kick to Garner. He goes straight down the middle of the ground looking for Calder. It got knocked away from him, and ground level, it's Gaydon who clears to the outer side, out in front of Shro out there. He's trying to control the ball. He's under plenty of pressure, does pretty well in the end, and then loses control of it, and well done by Dylan Holt to put the pressure on and then get the hand pass over. And now Grace Long, out of defence for Saints, goes wide to the outer side of the ground, and too wide for the players to get to that one. It bounces over the boundary line.
Yeah, again, St Mary's just happy to chip the ball around. You know, when you're in front by that much, you know, that you're not in a hurry. So a bit tighter start to this third quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, happy to control the ball when it's in their hands as at ground level. Paredes wrapped up, but it's...
Free kick.
No, it's Jack Land, in fact.
So a bit of pushing and shoving again. Bit of feeling in this game.
Lant comes up holding his mouth and now drills a pass looking for Calder. Goes over his head. I think there might have been a push there, was it?
Yeah, I didn't think the umpire was going to call that, but it's definitely there.
Did see Calder look to be propelled forward a bit, didn't he? So he's had plenty of attention. As you said earlier, he's been double teamed a couple of times with the ball coming in, but he's certainly a big target up forward for Saints.
But he's still good enough to take it. He's got such strong hands and reads the footy so well, and he's kicked 3 goals already in this game, going for his 4th.
He's just slid that one off the side and just stuck in for a behind.
So again, what can they do here? Quick kick out here for Pint, hopefully, but not. St Mary's have set. They're all one-on-one, so no zone defence here for St Mary's. Waits for some run. There's not much, but just going to go up the guts here.
Yep, Smythe again. He's hit Ma straight up the middle of the ground. He hands it off to...
tackle.
Yeah, the running player, and a great tackle there by Ben Brown.
That was a brilliant tackle.
It was Skeen McMahon trying to get past him, but it's out to Jack Lant now. And again, a long kick in. Calder's in the action again. It comes off hands to Souter, whose kick went almost straight up in the air. And I think that mark might have been taken just inside the boundary line in defence.
Souter had a little bit more time there, Souter, than what he thought. Just a quick kick. Again, they don't have much to go to here. All one-on-one contest. That's a good mark out wide.
Skeen McMahon out there. Kick short to Chalmers. So Pint just controlling the ball with some short passing around the ground, but they probably need to look to hit the scoreboard and take the game on a bit. Chalmers this time the kick just missed him over the top, and he's given away a free kick in the end. So yeah, again some untidy work out there.
Yeah, a lot of free kicks gone against Pint in this quarter.
So Brown looking to go inboard. That's a good kick to Corowa. Corowa now looking to play on, gets around the player in front of him, drills a pass to Jackson Calder out there wide at half forward. He looks to go short. He's just dropped it short of Souter. He picks it up on the half while he gets the hand pass. Paredes running through, receives, has a snapshot at goal, and I think he's done it again. He has. So a second for the quarter for Paredes, a second for the game, and just works hard to get to the right places, doesn't he? Yeah,
he does, and front and centre picked up the footy, and as we said, he's dangerous around goal, but again, you know, no one's really gone with him tonight. He's racked up the disposal. It'll be interesting to see the stats that come out at the end of this round, and, you know, again, just ill-discipline. A lot of free kicks gone the way of St Mary's. I know other clubs will, you know, always say St Mary's seem to get all the free kicks. Well, they've got the most free kicks in the league so far this season with 95, so I reckon the other clubs will be harping on that. But, you know, if you're first at the footy,
that's right.
You know, you get the free kick, of course, if they're getting you back, and that's what's happening. But just really good footy by St Mary's tonight.
Corowa wins that hit out for Saints at ground level. Jack Lant does well, gets a hand pass out wide. And Saints looking to work it through the hands. Grace Long over the top, but that one's missed the target and given Pint the chance as Chalmers swings around on the right beat, kicks inside forward 50. There's danger here as it's toe poked off the ground and through. That was Holt Fitz, I think, and almost an accidental goal in the end. But yeah, they just got numbers out the back, and Holt Fitz that time pounced on it and kicked off the ground. Yeah,
just a chain of hand passes by St Mary's out of the midfield. They were sort of going backwards, but the pressure was applied by a Pint. Caused a turnover. There was a bit of a fumble. Caused a turnover. It was kicked in, and Liam Holt Fitzgerald deliberately meant that kick soccer style. Of course, he's known for kicking many goals like that, but a much needed goal. But again, you know, just to sort of stop-start and, you know, you look at St Mary's, the players there rotating through the midfield, like Jack Lant just started in the last midfield contest, and now there's, you know, he's back in there. So they're just rotating the changes through there, and it's just catching Pint.
So over the top, Corowa wins the hit out again. Hand pass flicked out there by Garner, and eventually it comes back to Paredes once again. He kicks down towards half forward, slips over the back, but coming in there, well, there's a bit of a crude high tackle there, and it's going to be a Pint free kick, and it's going to go the way of Skeen McMahon, but he looks pretty sore. Looks like he's holding a shoulder or wrist there. And,
yeah, it doesn't look good at all, does he? He's coming straight off to the bench.
Off. And Pint play it on in the meantime. Partington gets it on the outside of the boot, and they've worked it out to the outer wing where the long kick comes in towards half forward. That's a good contested mark by Andrew Jones out from half forward, and he's looking to move the ball quickly now. Runs around inboard and kicks long to the top of the goal square. Ball off hands is claimed by Connolly, but clearly off the hands of the St Mary's defenders, and he got wrapped up in the tackle. It'll be a ball up.
Yeah, just looking at that earlier contest, I thought one of the St Mary's players was like shoved out of the way. The umpire let it go, and a fortunate kick, play on.
Shot for goal. Again across the face and through from behind. It was Ma this time who had the opportunity. And really not much excuse for misses on those. He was in plenty of space and had time.
In the corridor as well, so right in front.
So Saints out of defence have found Seth Harris at half-back. He's looking to the outer side of the ground. We've got running players, including Dylan Lant, who runs onto that one. And Pint player was claiming it was out on the full, I think, but Lant goes short to Churgwin. He has a couple of thoughts, but he's still got plenty of time as he chips it around the boundary line and finds Offermans.
Churgwin's had a good game in the defensive 50 tonight. We've gone 17 minutes in the third. We've had 2 goals for St Mary's and 2 goals for Pint.
Corowa at ground level, hand passes inboard, put his teammate Offermans under plenty of pressure, and he got caught with the ball. And it'll be a ball up again.
So Shannon Motlop would have liked a few more goals, but at least they've kept them to two apiece here. But it's late in the quarters that they sort of get a few back, St Mary's. Get some more in front, I should say.
So Pint this time looking to bring the ball forward, picked up down there by Matt Ryan, hand passes inboard, but Saints defenders just pounce on the ball, and Ling eventually chips wide, but he's missed the target out there, and it runs away from Dylan Lant over the boundary line. So 18 minutes gone, third quarter at DXC Arena, and it's a stalemate in this quarter, 2 goals apiece, as Tash said, but Saints, of course, went into half-time with that healthy lead.
I checked the weather at half-time. It said it was 29, felt more like 33 with about 65% humidity, so there's a few tired players out there. Would he drop the footy then?
So Saints again just hack it out of defence. Oh, working back nicely in front, but couldn't take the mark. But Pint clear it away again. There's a one-on-one contest just in front of us here. Interference in the marking contest is paid. In fact, holding, and it's going the way of Robinson for St Mary's. He chips out wide to Glover, and Glover takes the mark just backward of the wing. Decides to go short. Oh, it's through the hands of Kluski there, and gives Pint the chance to pounce on that. But again, good pressure from St Mary's as Brown hand passes over the top to Garner. Garner with that sweeping left foot goes long down towards full forward. It's punched away from behind. Oh, overrunning it there, but another opportunity as the quick hand pass comes out, and Dylan Lant just hassling down there as the ball's loose at ground level. Eventually Lant gets his hands to the ball and cops a high tackle in the process, and he'll take the free kick.
Yeah, again, pushing and shoving. I reckon this might be turned over here.
So umpires getting some control here now, and Dylan Lamb wants to take the free kick again. Yeah, it's untidy. In fact, the free kick's been turned over, and Pint just bring it away now as we ignore the action behind the play and look at where the ball is, and this has given Pint the chance going inside forward 50 as the hand pass comes to Holt Fitz. He runs into some space, kicks on the left towards goal, but that's wide and out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, finally the Pint player just gets himself up. That it was all.
Yeah, there's one running off with a shredded jumper here, so we'll have a change there. As Glover from defence just finds Robinson in the back pocket. He was thought about giving it back to Glover, but now goes long down the line himself. Mitch Musgrove there, but it floats over his head. Clever work at ground level by Vallejo. Got the hand pass backwards, and Garner swings the hand pass, but just fumbled there by Holt as Pint bring it inside forward 50. Motlop on the end of this sees something in short, but he's missed the target, and the mark's spilt by Garner. Partington picks up, chips the ball forward, and this is intercepted by Churgwin, who heard the call from Dylan Land out wide and tried to find him in the back pocket, but just out of his reach and over the boundary line for a stoppage.
Geez, they buggered up a few opportunities there, Pint.
They did. And
they had an opportunity, one or two opportunities in that passage of play. Let's see what they can do with the stoppage here, deep in their forward pocket.
Toa comes in from behind, thumps it forward. Dylan Lant read it beautifully and runs away and kicks long to the outer wing, but Pint looked to have the numbers, but coming in from behind, Calder just fisted it away, got it to ground, and is still in the action there. There's a free kick for a high tackle.
I think we've got a jumper change here with the fellow that come off with his shredded jumper.
Yep. It's almost three-quarter time. We'll pick that one up for you. So Saints controlling the ball.
Thank you.
On the outer side of the ground. Harris goes wide, looking for Calder. Just drags it down with one hand pass back over the top, but Ma was there and tried to clear away, and his kick was smothered. So yeah, it was
stoppage.
Was Cowful who had his jumper shredded. So
ripped off. So the quarter won't go long here. 22.5 minutes in the third. There's been still 2 goals apiece.
Yep.
So the only goal kickers is Nate Paredes has both. St Mary's 2 goals this quarter, and Liam Holt Fitz and Sam Cabfell with the other one for Pint. A few positive that Shannon can take. I think St Mary's had many more opportunities, of course, and had it down the forward line, and Pint just haven't made the most of their opportunities when they've had it in the forward 50.
Picked up at ground level by McConnell. He swings the ball backwards, but again, St Mary's pressure just wrapped the ball up. Dylan Lant this time laying the tackle, and it'll be a ball up once again.
So you're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL season from DXC Arena here in Darwin.
So Pint just trying to clear it out of defence. Holt Fitz there paddling the ball, couldn't control it. Jack Lant comes in and takes it, and now kicks long down towards the forward pocket there. It was Corowa in front, but the ball got punched away over the boundary line, and another throw in.
Yeah, he took 2 defenders with him.
Yep.
Jackson Calder was by himself. If that ball got over the back, he would have been on. But again, just the big forward targets of St Mary's are attracting multiple defenders, which is causing chaos down there for the Pint defenders.
McDonald in front wins the hit out, but Saints again first at ground level. Dylan Lant hooks the ball around top of the goal square. Calder brings it to ground in front, and that's the siren. If the umpires have heard it, I think they have now. And that ends the third quarter, an even third quarter, 2 goals apiece. A bit of the fizz went out of the game, Tash, and the crowd's gone pretty quiet as well, as they're probably a bit shell-shocked by what Saints delivered in the first half. Really dominated, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and quite a quarter there. probably didn't make the most of their opportunities, both teams in their forward 50. And but, you know, full credit to PINT. They only kept St Mary's to 2 goals there. So, you know, can they come out and snag a few early ones in the last quarter? Doesn't seem likely, but anything can happen in footy.
Yeah, that's right. So we go into 3/4 time with St Mary's leading PINT at DXC Arena by 45 points. We'll be back shortly with the final quarter.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Welcome back to DXC Arena. It's PINT versus St Mary's in round 5 action of the TIO NTFL Men's Premier League, and it's St Mary's at the start of this last quarter with a big 45-point lead. I'm Stu Davis. I'm with Tash Medbury, and Saints have been impressive, Tash.
Yeah, they have been all over the ground. They've got match winners. You know, if I went through the best players, I'd be here. I can't really see someone that hasn't really had an impact for them tonight. On the other hand, for PINT, I think they've only had a handful of players that have really stood out, and that's been the difference. And, you know, I don't think Chopper would have been too happy with just the 2 goals in that quarter. PINT only got 2 as well, but so expect St Mary's to come out and show a bit of leadership here, I reckon.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, of course, it's only early in the season, and PINT have got a couple of wins on the board, plenty to play for. They're not out of contention, but they certainly need to battle this game out and have something leading into next week, as at ground level Harris has the ball slip out of his hand, and PINT just work it through the hands round the outer side of the ground. There's a long kick down towards half forward, but beautifully cut off down there by Sam Glover for St Mary's, who kicks long round the outer wing, and Paredes there just works his opponent under the ball, but McDonald comes in and sees it over the boundary line.
So again, just a bit of an arm wrestle to start the game. Nothing sort of has opened up since half time, has it?
No, that's right. So St Mary's, of course, kicked 7 goals in the first quarter to PINT's 3, and then 4 goals to none in that second quarter. So yeah, it's just it wasn't the high scoring. Hasn't been the high scoring game that it was in the first quarter ever since, but a game pretty much controlled by St Mary's.
PINT got Wanderers next week as well here at home. Another night game, and the bye for St Mary's.
Yeah, so St Mary's go into the bye with some pretty good form on the board. It's a free kick here, Dylan Lant again. We keep calling that name. He's getting plenty of it, and now Klusky thumps the ball forward. It's a beautiful kick.
Oh, you can't defend that, Stu. That was a beautiful kick by the captain, and you mentioned him, and you know, he's just consistent week in, week out. I think every time the awards are announced, he's in them.
Yeah, that's right.
But his brother's popped up tonight as well, had a very good game.
Yep.
And Jackson Calder has had 3 goals, didn't kick any in that third quarter, but kicked 2 in the first, 1 in the second. So he's going for his 4th goal to be the leading goal kicker of the match.
He's out pretty wide in that pocket. Kicks on the way.
Looks good.
Goal likes it.
Good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Please, teammates, get around him. High fives all over the place. That's a beautiful finish from out there. And Jackson Calder continues on his goal-scoring form from last week and earlier in the season. He's certainly started the season on fire, and back to the Jackson Calder that we've known as a prominent target and goal kicker for St Mary's up forward.
Yeah, and it looks like he sort of like hasn't been full forward too much tonight. Sort of played a little bit higher. But again, that delivery by Jack Lant, you know, as a defender, there's not much you can do when you have delivery coming in like that.
Tara wins the head out. It's hooked out of there. But at ground level, the hand pass comes out to Brown. Shrugs the tackle. Hand passes high over the top to Dylan Lant. Thought about hand passing, but decided to kick long instead. Calder runs underneath this one, and the ball spills over the back, and PINT looking to run it out of defence, just missed the target with the hand pass. Eventually it's batted forward, but the players are under pressure every time they near the ball, and eventually Pulmer gets a kick out of there, but again Saints able to turn it over, and Glover thumps the ball long inside forward 50 once again, but just goes over the hands of the players in the marking contest and rolls over the boundary line for another throw-in.
Yeah, Glover's had a good game with the bandage around his head, but he's been important from him for them in half back.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Calder needed to go his hands on that one, but just good play. He reads it so well. He broke away. He knew that they were going to win the footy and just put himself into space.
So McDonald in front, took it out of the ruck contest and then cleared it away. Jake Toa out here over the top of Matt Ryan. Just got a fist to it over the boundary line again. So Saints happy to have the stoppage and reset and go again.
Yeah, so Matty Ryan, like, we haven't called him too much tonight.
So McDonald tries to grab that one out of the ruck contest again. Eventually gets the kick forward, but well read by Harry Ling at half-back for St Mary's. It's got players running wide. One of those is Ben Brown. He goes his way now, and Brown takes the mark. And almost be Brown's first Premier League game, I think. He's worked his way into it with a couple of touches.
Yeah, he can hold his head high. He's had an impact tonight.
Yep. So at ground level, eventually it comes up to Ryan. He sweeps the hand pass inboard back to Partington, who hand passes to McDonald. He gets caught. Back to Partington. He double hands the ball forward. Play on's the call as Williams gives it off, and the kick inside forward 50 is wide and away from everyone and rolls over the boundary line.
Yeah, so they'll set here. Again, just a few tired players out there. Is it, yeah, it'd be interesting to see who your 3-2-1 would be out of this contest, Stu.
So
if you had to give the votes.
Yeah, well, we'll think about that over the rest of the quarter, but yeah, there's certainly plenty in the mix.
Yeah, there's a few that's popped up tonight. There's one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Ma read that one well off the back of the pack and kicks long forward, and Stephen Motlop this time uses his body well and takes the mark over the top. He's looking over his shoulder, looking to play on here, I think, and run around, and he does now, but yeah, gee, that's not his best effort either, is it? He didn't really set himself for that. He looked like he was going to do it all the time, but just didn't set himself up properly. And
yeah, rushed himself, didn't he?
Yeah, and then cut it too fine. So, yeah.
Still one goal. Saints have kicked this quarter. That could have been one goal to PINT. So really gone flat a little bit on both teams since half-time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So Robinson out of the back pocket, kicks long down the wing. Oh, big stretch, and Corowa takes the mark. Hand passes inboard to Lant. Lant's off and running now with a bounce through the middle of the ground. He kicks long over the top to Harris, who's made good ground out the back. He's looking to play on now. Chips short, and Ted Castle in front under close pressure there from Ethan Smith, and Smith does pretty well to get it over the boundary line in the end.
Not kicked to Ted Castle's advantage there. They were on. But yeah, just a poor kick in the end. Delivery by Harris. They were definitely out after another beautiful kick by Dylan Lant that found him in space. Just played on and didn't hit his target.
Corowa and McDonald. McDonald got his hands to the ball, but there's a high tackle been found here. It's as you said, first to the ball and in hard at it, and you'll win the free kicks, and that's what Joel Garner's done for St Mary's this time. And it's a free kick inside 50. We've seen all night that he's a raking left foot kick, so I don't think the distance will be a problem from here.
No, I don't think, and no one's calling for the footy either, so I reckon they all agree.
Yeah.
You can probably kick it from about 50.
Yeah. So, yeah, the kick's on the way. Looks like he's pulled that across the face and through for a behind.
A bit of a tired leg there as well.
Yeah, oh, in fact, it's off hands into the behind post, so it's going to be a boundary throw in. So not much relief for PINT.
No.
Down here.
It's another opportunity. And again, Calder's in the ruck. He just loves plucking him out of the ruck and getting one. So need to be careful here. McDonald, make sure he wears him pretty tight in this ruck contest.
Calder gets a fist to it. Klusky runs onto it, runs back inboard, hooks over his shoulder, if you don't mind. And, gee, there was plenty of traffic out there, plenty of white jumpers around him, but he just managed to find a metre of space and got it onto the right foot over the shoulder, and another beautiful finish.
A player that knows where the goals are, whether he's anywhere on the ground. He spun on a dime there, and he's kicked his fourth goal to join Jackson Calder. So they've both been the same, pretty much identical throughout this game. Both kicked their first two goals in the first quarter, one each in the second, and now one each in this fourth. So
incredible.
You know, you'd have them up there. Klusky started the game on fire. Been a little bit quiet since then, but it's still popped up, for his goals.
Done quality work, hasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, and he's for a small player, he's a strong-bodied player now. He's certainly put on some beef over the last couple of years.
So that's their second goal. St Mary's get their second goal for this quarter. PINT get to kick a goal in this quarter, only kicked the point so far. And hold up is
Just
because the players weren't in the square. So who do you give the warning to? But because both players weren't in the square.
I think they've warned both.
So the next one's a free kick to either team. Okay.
Well, it probably should be a free kick first up anyway, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm still. But then what would you do in that scenario?
Yeah, that's right. So Corowa at ground level this time, got the hand pass out. Paredes has reefed out of it and held too long in the tackle, and he's probably milked it a bit as well, but he's a clever player, so he'll take the free kick. Oh, that's a mongrel punt forward, but bounces in space. Calder running up the back, but it avoids him, and now coming in tackled with the ball, and Pint just a hack kick out that's going to go straight out of bounds, and the umpires love to pay these ones. And
that one was there, Stu. Definitely, that one was there.
So Seth Harris is first onto it. Oh, chips short and put his teammate Glover under some pressure there, and now Pint have managed to turn it over as Connolly gets the kick on the left down towards half forward. McDonald's down there for Pint, and slips over and loses control of the ball as it's picked up by Harris again. There's a bit of a wrestle off the ball, and
that's Stephen Motlop
and Robinson, I think, Zach Robinson. So Saints had the ball, were clearing it away, but I don't know what the outcome of this is going to be. So they were both having a decent pull of the jumper each, but it looks like the book's coming out, in fact.
Yeah, I thought the book come out as well. So something happened initially, and I reckon the free kick is going the way of St. Mary's.
Yep. So it could be Stephen Motlop that's in the book there.
Yeah, he left the
vicinity
pretty quickly, didn't he? That'll probably be looked up.
So it's Robinson.
You don't see that very often, do you? The actual book come out anymore,
that's right.
do you?
Yeah. Kick comes forward, knocked away from Calder, and Souter hacks it off the ground down towards the boundary line. The crowd's calling for deliberate, and they've got something to cheer about next to us here, the Pint crowd, as the umpire goes with them this time, and the free kick taken by Pendle chips it across into the goal square as Brad Ryan goes out wide on the bounce to Partington. Partington chips short round the outer side of the ground, and McConnell goes long. It's a good kick, but the mark couldn't be taken at ground level. Stephen Motlop's involved again, hassling. The ball gets out the back. A clever hand pass inboard, and Saints through Dylan Lant gets the hand pass out, and they work it down to half forward again, where the chip pass comes in looking for Musgrove down here. He runs onto it, but it bounced in front of him and he wasn't able to control it and keep it in, so it's out over the boundary line.
Yeah, another stoppage here, so opportunity. But just poor clangers by Pint, just not hitting their target. We'll work on that during the week.
Yeah, Corowa comes in aggressively, bowls over his opposite number and wins the hit out. Cleverly out of the air was Robinson on the left foot, gets it into the danger spot. Calder hand passes over the top. He's got Jack Lant running in on the left foot, and Jack Lant, one of Saints' multiple goal kickers, adds another to his tally, and it was all a bit too easy in the end.
Yeah, there was a bit of a training run, that one. Jack Lant would love those ones every day of the week. So he's kicked his third.
Yep.
Been one of their better players tonight. So we've gone nearly 14 minutes in the fourth quarter. You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL season from DXC Arena here in Darwin. And you've got Pint playing St. Mary's. So Pint 5th, 2-2 so far, and St. Mary's 3rd on the ladder, 3-1.
Yeah, that's right. And Pint's 2 wins have been against good opposition, Nightcliff and Waratah. So, you know, when they're on, they're a good side. But, yeah, they thought they had a bit better balance of a side tonight, but St. Mary's just been far too good on the night. There's Partington again, who's kept working all night, gets a hand pass over the top to Williams. Williams goes wide to the outer side of the ground, and a good mark taken by Stephen Motlop out there. He chips in short this time. Oh, it slips through the hands of Brodie Motlop, who
his nephew
butters up and allows Saints to turn over, and Dylan Lount back there again, gets a hand pass out in front of Vallejo. Vallejo kicks short to Paredes. Paredes swings the ball inboard, and he finds Holt. Holt goes long, and a beautiful kick to Corowa, who made some space out the back, and just beautiful ball movement by St Mary's from half-back once again. Started by Dylan Lount deep in defence this time, and through the hands and off the boot of a number of players down that outer side, and Corowa just worked into space and took the mark.
So he kicked one in the first quarter. I think it was the second goal for the game.
Yep.
And he snapped that one as well. Good work by the big fella.
As well, yeah. He's had a good game. He's chopped out for Toa in the ruck, and done pretty well in those ruck contests as well. He's a strong player and a good kick.
He's been a handy pickup for St Mary's as well. So good get for them. As you said, Toa has had the ruck duties, and he's been chopping out with him, and they've chopped out pretty well. And when they are chopping out, and like I said earlier, instead of coming to the bench, they go rest at full forward. So it just gives them that other option, taller option down there. And he's chipped in with 2 goals. So, you know, it goes to the payoff for itself when you go and rest down forward and you kick 2 goals. So, you know, good work by Chopper.
And I think having the other tall option forward helps Calder's game as well, because you know, he doesn't get those 2 and 3 players on him all night like he has done in the past.
Yeah, you're right.
So McDonald over the top, wins the hit out down, but Garner, who again has been one of their good players.
Oh, that's a good mark.
Fantastic mark. It's Sam Glover, who's played off half back all night, and it looks like they're just giving him a shot down forward, and he takes a terrific contested mark. And Carl Gunderson said to me before the game, this bloke's one of the longest, straightest kicks he's ever seen, and they play him off half back. So here's a chance for Gundo to
let us know what he's...
Maybe it was his move that's got him forward to have a chance to kick a goal here.
Well, I was going through the team sheet of St Mary's and just marking in red some of the better players, and I've put a red mark next to his name, that's for sure, because he has played a great game and he's finished it off with a goal.
With a long straight kick.
Carl did have the right away there, and yeah, what a game he's had. So he's kicked his first goal.
Yeah. That's right. It's
and been the 8th goal kicker for St Mary's as well.
So just moved down. It looks like Calder's off the field now, probably putting him on ice, and they've gone with Glover forward, and it's paid dividends straight away.
Yeah, he's been really consistent.
Yeah.
At halfback, him and Churgwin.
Yeah.
I thought off halfback have been good, and the other ones that I've got red next to is Nate Paredes, of course, Dylan Lant, Jack Lant.
Yep.
So Chigwig that I said, Glover, Calder with his 4 goals, and also Klasky with his 4 goals. Have been the better players for St Mary's tonight.
Dylan Lant, another clearance, but this time only as far as Ryan. But
There's Paredes, he's so clever. He just gets the footy. That time couldn't get it out, but won the footy.
Chalmers hand passes forward to Connolly. Connolly kicks to a contest, and Saints love the contest, just knocking the ball away. And now they've got numbers back in defence, but ground level, Holt Fitz picks up, snaps towards goal. It's going close to the goal line. Running back with the flight of the ball was Robinson, who took the mark just inside the field of play. He hand passes forward now to Churgwin. Churgwin sweeps the hand pass out wider to Brown. Ben Brown chips the pass, but that just sat on the head of his teammate a bit and allowed the ball to be punched away. Brown comes in again and lays the tackle. Souter just taps the ball over the top, trying to get it to the advantage of a teammate, and Matt Ryan receives it and just squirts it off the outside of his left boot there under pressure and goes out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, so far in this quarter, so Pine haven't kicked the goal. That's what happened in the second quarter. So, you know, they kicked 3 in the first, nothing in the second. Then they come out and kicked another 2 in the third, and so far nothing in this fourth. So, good for Pine at the moment. Here's this man again.
Yeah, Saints have transitioned down to the forward line. That's a kick off the outside of the boot from Paredes. He's imaginative with his kicking, that's for sure. And Jack Lant that was on. Jack Lant was certainly there in space and fully intended off the outside of the boot into the hands of Jack Lant, and he's got a chance to get his fourth as well.
Yeah, so there will be 3 of them if he can get this. That's kicked 4 for St Mary's, which is pretty good effort. And he had an opportunity earlier, but that time he made that one go between the big sticks. So he's got his 4th for the night. Had a really good game as well, but you know, again, Nate Paridi's just in space and no one around him.
No, that's right.
Could have gone for you. You wouldn't blame him if he had a shot on goal. He kicked 2 in the 3rd quarter, but he passed it off. So again, unselfish play that we see a lot of St Mary's that share the ball around.
So we just tick into time on in this final quarter, and it's been another big quarter from St Mary's. 6 goals to none from Pint, and I've really blown that margin out to 80 points now.
We were worried that was going to happen as well. I don't think Chopper would have been happy with that second and that 3rd quarter. Sorry, where it was 2 goals apiece. So they've come out and, as you said, they've kicked 5 goals. 6 goals, sorry.
6 goals, yeah. So it's Pint with the clearance, but just hacked away and by Saints. They get it out towards the boundary line again. There's Pint players are going to be here first. Marr picks it up, and that's a good pass going forward, and they use it through the hands. Ryan to Partington. Partington almost to a stationary player there in Carlfull, but he got his kick down towards half forward. Holt fits cleverly over the back, took possession. He's bouncing the ball as he's running away from goal. Tries to chip back to a teammate, but Vallejo comes in and gets his hands to it. A sweeping hand pass over the top to Brown, loses his footing, and then slides over the boundary line with the ball. So it'll be a throw in at half forward for Pint.
And a good effort again there by Brown. As you said, it might be his first Premier League game tonight. Come through the juniors of St Mary's. So good to see him out there and getting a run in a quality team.
That's right.
You must be doing all right in the lower grades to get a run in this team.
Toa backheeled that one from the ruck contest and kicked forward.
Party tricks.
Chopped off down here by Pulmer, who looks to go wide. There's a 2-on-1 here. Williams is outnumbered, and it's Saints who bring it away again, and that's another beautiful pass inside forward 50 as Glover kicks down here looking for the big fella Corowa, but it slips over the back, and Pulmer once again tidies up for Pint, clears to the outer side of the ground, but Saints again with numbers on the ball. The hand pass went up in the air.
Good tackle there.
To himself from Offermans, and he's penalised for that one as the kick comes inboard to McDonald at the back end of the centre square. He's got a player out wide and chips the ball that way to Pendle. Pendle goes long to half forward. Is holding in the marking contest here, and it's going St Mary's way. The advantage is taken. So just Ben Brown running out of defence, uses the ball nicely to Dylan Lant. Lant swings back on his left foot to Harris in the middle of the ground. Harris goes long here, looking for Jack Lant, and under the ball, he's claiming the mark. I think it's hit the ground. Umpire's seen it that way. Play on's a call as Klusky comes in to help. He chips a pass forward, and you could see that Cora was out in front, and Tom Gaydon behind him just had no chance of making up the ground, and so.
Yeah, it was a good chip, just placed it out in front of him, and as we said, this is a resting rotation through the ruck, and is going for his 3rd goal.
Yeah. So
we're right behind him here too, where our commentary box is.
There's been a few goals from right here. We've been right behind.
Set up pretty well.
No, he's missed that one to the right.
They've got the kids over the fence now getting the footies, which is working.
Yeah.
The first quarter and second quarter was a bit of time wasted recovering the footies.
Do they still do that? Do it for a can of Coke like they used to in the old days?
Well, I asked that, and apparently they don't. And I was like, that's ripped off, because as kids we love doing it, because you always got a hot dog and a can of Coke.
Yep. Oh, big leap there,
work.
and great mark by Garner, who's also been one of their better players.
Oh, what a kick.
Driving kick. Oh, Glover over the back. Oh, does it well at ground level. Sweeps around on the left boot, gets it right to the goal line, but good work right on the line by Williams. Kept it in play, tapped it out, and now he runs away to the outer side of the ground, has a bounce of the ball, kicks wide to the outer wing, but out in front, Harrison Ling just manages to get in front of Motlop out there, and eventually gets a hand pass back, and it's rebounded over the boundary line.
He had 2 to beat there. Stephen Motlop. Took a while for any teammates to get over there.
That's right.
Had patches tonight, Stephen, but mainly played in the forward line. He started in the midfield for about the first 10 minutes of the first quarter, and then he's played in the forward line since then.
Just got up limping a bit then as well, so not good. As McDonald takes it out of the ruck contest.
We know his ankle injuries. I sort of said earlier, a bit surprised that he's been up forward the whole game, so maybe he is carrying an injury.
Could be. Saints go forward again. It's a free kick after disposal.
That's against Brad Ryan, decked.
Yep.
I'm quite sure who that player was coming through.
Might have been Harris.
Might have Harris. I think you're right, it's Harris. So downfield, and Glover does have an opportunity to kick his second of this quarter.
Yeah, well, he was on the end of that one and took the mark anyway. But so he's been a very good player off half back, and now a more than useful player when he's gone forward in this last quarter. So a long left foot kick straight through the middle again. He is a beautiful kick.
It doesn't move, does it? He is you're right, Stu. He is a beautiful kick. So he's got his second for this quarter, 2, and that's the 7th that St Mary's have kicked in this quarter. So matching what they kicked in the first quarter, they kicked 7-1 in the first quarter to get themselves off to a great start, and they've ended the game also on a high note. And this is getting close to another 100-point blowout that was three digits last week.
Exactly, and that's a real worry for Shannon Motlop and the PINT Brains Trust. That 2 heavy defeats 2 weeks in a row against good sides, of course, but we've seen them match it with good sides as well. So it's something that they need to turn around pretty quickly.
Do you think it's maybe a bit of work more in their defence, or you know, that's the siren, I think, as well to end this game?
Yeah, I think most players on the field are pretty happy that siren's gone. But there's just things that they've got to get right, and certainly going into attack, you know, we saw early in the first quarter they bombed the ball a lot, and Saints just ate that up, didn't they?
They picked it off.
Set themselves up pretty well. And
you know, Matty Ryan has been their target in the first couple of rounds and was kicking some goals, but that bombing forward's not working. They moved him out of the forward line. He actually played the rest of the game on the wing. So, you know, your big forward target is being moved on the wing, so you've got some issues up forward.
Yeah, that's right. 3-2-1 we talked about.
Yeah, what would you, if you had to shoot, what would be your 3-2-1?
Well, it's Paredes and Dylan Lant. You toss a coin, but I really like the game. Well, and then I toss a coin probably between Glover and Joel Garner. I really like their games as well. So and you know, we had blokes that kicked 4 goals as well. So yeah, really hard. And you know, for PINT it was really hard as usual. Connor McDonald battled hard all night and got a fair bit of the ball, and Liam Holtfitz had a couple of touches, and Warwick Williams did a bit from the back.
He had patches, and Warwick Williams, that's who I've marked. Stephen Motlop, you know, patches as well, but definitely Connor McDonald was the best on ground for them. Brad Ryan stood up as well, and Cabfell with his 2 goals as well worked really hard. And Ethan Smith, I thought, were the ones, but you know, there was a lot of players there that probably didn't do enough to contribute. Andrew Jones, I thought, was another one that played all right as well when he was chopping out in the ruck. But yeah, lot to work on, and they've got the St Mary's have the bye next week, and
PINT got Wanderers,
of course, which is a bit of a grudge match, of course, always with the Motlops all going against each other, and Stephen and Thomas moving over during the off season, so it'll be a big night here next Saturday night.
It will be, and but tonight it's been St Mary's by 87 points. Really impressive performance. Thanks, Tash, and
thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, and tune in again for more TIO NTFL action tomorrow.